Hello there, and thank you for joining me once again for another broadcast of God's podcast. I am your host, God is Gracious. So, again, thanks for joining. My subject today is hope in God. When you lose something precious, can you still find hope? When you've been disappointed time and time again, does hope still abound? If your current circumstances seem hopeless, can you find hope in God? The Bible tells us hope is one of the pillars of the Christian faith, 1 Corinthians 13:13, and rightly so. The Christian life is full of hope. From the moment we become Christians, we have the hope of salvation. We have hope of eternal life in heaven. We have the hope of never having to experience the pain and suffering of this world again. When we put our hope in God, we are putting our trust in the one who is unchanging and always faithful. We are putting our trust in the one who has the power to make all things right. We are putting our trust in the one who loves us more than we could ever imagine. When we put our hope in God, we are no longer ruled by our circumstances. We're no longer limited by what we can see with our eyes. We're no longer bound by our human limitations. Instead, we are set free to live in the hope of what God has promised us. If you're currently facing a hopeless situation, I encourage you to turn to God and put your hope in Him. He is the only one who can give you the peace and strength you need to get through whatever you're facing. No matter what life throws our way, we can always find hope in God. Our faith gives us the strength to face any challenge, and our trust in His goodness allows us to believe that He will always be there for us. When times are tough, it can be difficult to maintain our hope. But if we turn to God and ask for His help, we would always find the strength we need to get through whatever life throws our way. God is the ultimate source of hope. He is the one who gives us the courage to face our fears, the strength to overcome our challenges, and the peace to know that He will never leave us alone. No matter what we are going through, we can always find hope in God. So again, you've been listening to God's podcast. I am your host, God is Gracious. I want to thank you again so much for joining me. And until next broadcast, God's blessings to you and your family. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye now.